Stay hydrated, my friends. All right, it's Monday. I'm in the Chicago office today. This week is a little bit of a crazy week since I'm doing some public speaking at DePaul and I'm doing 2 days of internal training in our LA offices, and I had a request from one of our viewers. I'm going to be talking about public speaking. So let's head over to DePaul University and do my first public speaking of the week. Shall we? All right, I think I'm here. They said they were going to leave the door cracked open for me. Must be my cue. All right, I made it. The class is going on right in there. I'm going to do some work. And then I speak in 30 minutes. Absolutely awesome discussion with the DePaul grad students. Great engaging questions. Always fun to hear from people that are just starting their careers to understand kind of what inspires them and what guidance and advice that I can give, from my experiences. So thanks to Matt's DePaul class for having me speak. All right. 5:30 in the morning, getting ready to head to the airport, heading to LAX this morning. First thing for public speaking, this is what I did last night, is it's really important to be prepared. For me, it's easy to talk about international tax issues, and that's what I do on a day-to-day basis. But when I go to talk to university students about leadership or about careers or team building, I always want to talk to the professor or whoever is, asking me to do the speech. What does he or she want me to cover? And then I'll sketch out some notes as far as what is the arc of the story that I want to tell, and making sure that I also leave time for some questions. So very important to be prepared. So when some people are preparing for public speaking, they like to write their entire speech down and really draft a speech. And I think that's fine, but what I would highly discourage is reading a speech. Unless you have a teleprompter, you do not want to read your speech. You can still draft your speech, but I would suggest, and one of the questions I get a lot is, should you take notes? And the answer to that is, if you feel more comfortable with notes, take notes. And what I will sometimes do, if I know that there are points that I want to raise or a particular order, I'll use a little note card or a little, time to wake up. I'm in LA. It's like 7 in the morning. I've got West Coast jet lag. I've been up for an hour and a half, but I'm getting ready to head to the office. But if you take, just having some simple bullet points to remind you of the things that you want to mention, then having a conversation with your audience instead of just reading at them is a much more engaging process, and you're going to be a better public speaker. All right, I got to go to the LA office, which is somewhere out there. Heading to Lexington, Kentucky for our annual Keeneland horse racing trip. It's going to be awesome. Before we go, back to public speaking. It's really important whenever you're doing public speaking to act confident. When you're up there, and it's something to be really mindful of and to kind of turn that energy on. And even if you're scared out of your wits or so nervous, and I still get nervous after all of the speaking that I've done, but the key is just act confident. And even if you don't have that confidence, act like you do. All right, I'm gonna go board my plane. Time to get going, and a quick stop in St. Louis before we head to Lexington. Wow. We interrupt this vlog for a very special announcement. Do you want to share?
No, you can. Go ahead.
I thought you were going to participate.
I am. I'm here. Hi.
Kelly and I are moving from Chicago, Illinois to Washington, D.C. And yes.
Do you have some of that cool, like, clap, yay?
Yes, I can have that. Effective July 1, I'm officially going to be based out of Washington, D.C. instead of out of Chicago. Now, for fans of the vlog, you know that I don't really spend that much time in Chicago because I'm traveling all the time, and that may be the case as well. But
we love Chicago.
We love Chicago. We're going to miss our friends, but I'll still be in Chicago. Kelly will still be in Chicago. We're going to be doing some house hunting this weekend and checking out some neighborhoods and trying to get a vibe for the city. If you have any suggestions for us, if you're a fan of the vlog, you kind of know us a little bit, let us know in the comments what you think might be a good spot for us. One of the other important things that I mentioned in an earlier vlog is the power of positive thinking. Before you do a speech, be positive. Visualize yourself in front of that room. Visualize yourself succeeding. Being positive can really change the way we see that house back there. We did check that out. We decided we didn't like it though. Positive visualization can really enhance your speaking abilities. We made it to DCA, Reagan National Airport. Great 2-day house hunting trip with Kelly. Probably shouldn't talk with my mouth full. The next speaking tip, I've got somebody over here who's looking at me like, what the heck am I doing? Talk to this camera in the middle of the Admiral's Lounge? Whatever. The last speaking tip is practice, practice, practice. One of the reasons that I'm so comfortable doing public speaking is that I've done it lots of times. I practice my speeches, I review my talking points, and then I continue to do more and more speeches, because the more you do, the more comfortable you are, the better public speaker you're going to be. All right, thanks for tuning in for this albeit crazy edition of the Doug McConey vlog. Mash that like button, subscribe on YouTube, and stay tuned next week for another exciting edition of the Doug McConey vlog.